Hey there everybody, welcome back to our first match here. Opponent is mulliganing to 6 and they're on the play. So we have a couple of 4-drops and a 5 that are very defensive and enough lands to get there. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this hand actually. It could be a mistake and I should be mulliganing to find some 2 or 3 drops. Opponent's mulliganing to 5, so I don't think we're going to be under too much early pressure. We'll have to wait and see. But and then another 5-drop. So, yeah. I just don't have very many early plays. I have the Thraben Gargoyle, and then a 2 and a 3. And we got very lucky there, finding probably the best card in our deck at that point. Deathcap Cultivator. But if it survives, we can cast a turn 3 Drowned Explorers, and I think we're just going to ride that to victory. Yeah, if our opponent can't deal with it, then we are going to go off with Tamiyo's Journal. So that was very, very lucky to draw the Cultivator there. Good start to the draft. Next turn I can cast Epitaph Golem if we need another blocker, or Tamiyo's Journal. Opponent's just going to pass and transform into a 4/4. No, okay. So, aim high or something. I'm just going to take 2 damage here. I can double block it with Epitaph and Drowned Explorers or something. I think he's got to have a trick here if he's got 3 spells in hand still and hasn't cast anything else. I would like to transform that back. See if it's possible. It's not. Okay. Could just sleep paralysis and not care. I think I want to play Tamiyo's Journal, however. So since I'm not going to be blocking this anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play the Journal now. In case he has a Fiery Temper and kills my Cultivator, then I can't play. Well, I'm actually okay with that. I'm not going to do it. If he Fiery Tempers me, then I'll sleep paralysis this thing. So I'm going to attack for 2 since I don't intend to block him next turn anyway. If he has like a Voldaren Duelist, it doesn't matter. He would have played it last turn if he had it though, so he'd have to draw it this turn. Although I could also just play the Epitaph Golem. That's a good blocker. Yeah, I'm just going to play that. See if it changes what he's going to do. In which case, I could have held back the Drowned Explorer to double block him. But even that, if he has a +2/+2 trick, which is what we were afraid of last time, it wouldn't matter because he'd have 6 toughness then. And he would still just kill one of my guys. So, you could also have +1/+1 and double strike. I really don't want to get blown up by a Howlpack Resurgent, so I'm not going to block him again. Howlpack would be really bad. +1/+1 trample. Kill my Epitaph Golem and still have it hanging around. But he's just kind of dirtling there, not doing anything much. So I could also sleep paralysis and get on the aggression here. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to shut this guy down. If he has an aim high, that is a little obnoxious. I could play a land and then use the clue, not attacking with the Cultivator to expose him to an aim high, excuse me. I think I'm just going to attack with the Drowned Explorers here. And go ahead and use the clue. And this way, if he has a Voldaren Duelist or something, I can still block it. So, I'm just not sure. I mean, he's got so many spells in hand because he's clearly not playing lands, and he's got to have something for him to just fearlessly have attacked this, a 2/2 into a 2/4 when he first played it. So just based on the fact that I have inevitability on my side, I just want to play somewhat cautiously here. All right, Pack Guardian is fantastic for that. So now I don't really care if he has a an aim high. I suppose I could play Stitch Mangler and Pack Guardian if I hold back the Deathcap Cultivator. I don't think I need to do that yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack with everybody and probably play Tamiyo's Journal. Aim high? Nope. Fiery Temper, so he did have the temper. Okay. So he would have 2-for-1'd himself, I guess, earlier, if that's what his trick was all along. He would have killed my Drowned Explorers for that, which I would have been happy with. But here, yeah, I'm just going to play the Journal, and he's going to be hard-pressed to keep up with that. Got Pack Guardian when necessary. Soul Swallower is pretty good, but not anywhere near Delirium. So I think I just played Mangler. Ooh, Illuminator. Next turn, if it survives, I'll have 3 clues. I can search my deck for any card at that point. I I could also just play. Okay, I'm gonna attack with both. I'll hold back the Drown Yard actually. I'm gonna attack with Epitaph Golem, and then play Illuminator and Pack Guardian. So I will not be playing this land here. And then that way, next turn I've got Tamiyo's Journal online. I still have blockers for the Soul Swallower, if I care. I don't really think that I do, though. I think I'm just going to take the 3. It's going to be very hard for him. Well, I'll just put a Drown Yard in front of it. Sure. Don't care if I lose it. Don't want to die to, like, double strike in a trick if that is what he's got. Like, Uncaged Fury plus 2 Rush of Adrenalines or something like that. The thing does trample, but he's going to have to break through 4 toughness to do it. He just scoops. Okay, so we would have flashed in Pack Guardian, drawn a card, and then had 3 clues on the table for us to sacrifice to Tamiyo's Journal. So I think we're in good shape there. We're playing a red-green werewolf deck. Confront the Unknown could be good for dealing with his tricks cheaply, as could Essence Flux if he tries to Fiery Temper a guy. I blink it out and bring it back. Press for Answers. I want stuff that will let me easily transform him back also. So like 1, 2, 3 mana spells that I can cast multiples of. Corrupted Graphstone, even though it enters tapped. It's cheap and lets you get more mana later. Could also bring in blockers. So what's bad here? Could probably shave the Weirding Wood. It's a little too slow. Also maybe the Niblis of Dusk. I don't expect to run into flyers. And just having 1 toughness is kind of bad, especially since he might have like the Forge Master. So I think I can cut that as well. I like everything else though. So I kind of want to just try Essence Flux out. And I'll bring in the Confront the Unknown, and I can maybe cut a land also for Press for Answers. Let's try that. Alright, so stay tuned everybody. We'll be back for game 2 in just a moment.